Hello, everybody, and welcome to our fun list building live class. So if you're coming in, when you come in, just mute yourself. I will be watching to see if you come in too, and then we will open up the lines for questions if anybody has questions at the end of the presentation. So I wanted to talk to you about list building. Now, list building to me is really a very, very powerful way to stay connected to your ideal avatar client. So, and to really build your audience with like-minded and your soul family, the people that you really know are going to be interested in what you are talking about, people who are going to be interested in what you are offering, and really coming together to be in a place of resonation and really connecting. So I wanted to go into a little bit about how to get from your head into your heart. So list building to me is about mind shifting. So list building, when I get into starting my list building, I shift out of my mind and into my heart. So a lead magnet or a lead generator becomes a love or a light magnet, or a love or a light generator. What do I love to talk about? What do I love to teach? What do I really enjoy bringing to people and helping people with? So this is what you've got to start to look at. What is it that I bring to the table? You know, when this is the formula for having a heart-centered business. When you are looking at your community or your followers or your fans as your soul family. See, this is how I've been able to grow my list and grow my communities and grow the audiences and help people so that they can really share their message and share their gifts and share what they came here to share. So this is why I wanted to go over this with you guys live, because I wanted to be able to just look at some of the ways that other people are list building, you know, and the way that people are in a mindset of scarcity and trying to really make people think, oh, you've got to get on my list, and worrying about numbers and things like that. Whereas there really is no need for you to worry about numbers, or if somebody doesn't want to get on your list, if somebody isn't wanting to learn from you, then you don't really want that number. Even though it looks like it's a bigger number, you want to have engaged audience. You want to have an engaged audience, which means that you are commenting and connecting and sharing and being a part of their journey. You know, each and every one of you who are in this mastermind, I consider a close friend. You know, I love what you're doing with your businesses. I feel honored that I get to teach you some of the things that have helped me along the way. And I feel like Astra and I are your guides, and we get to share, you know, some of our own wisdom. And, you know, along the lines, I've learned a lot about list building, and now I love it. I really love it. I love our Inner Peace for World Peace Toolkit, and you guys can get that at you can get that at globalkindnesstv.org/week. And that is, you know, our gift to humanity, so that, you know, we can start to see that inner peace is the answer for world peace. And it all starts with how we're treating ourselves. And there's a beautiful playbook on self-love and healing and really having self-care. So list building to me, like I said, there's a formula to it. You know, Number one, you want to start thinking about, how can I be of service? What kind of inspiration can I bring? Who do I want to use as an autoresponder? So there's a formula to this. This is how it works. Then you want to be dedicated to your mission, having something to offer as an irresistible offer. So you want to start thinking about, what is it that I would love to sign up for myself, Start thinking about things that other people, that would be a way for them to want to, sign up and get your free gift. So it's all about connection and true relationships. You see, when somebody opts in for your product or your service, they want to learn from you. So they also want to be seen and heard and validated. They want to feel like you are the answer that they've been looking for. So you want to start thinking about, what kinds of pain points or problems do I solve? And start thinking about that. Think about how you can have a win-win, how it can be a win-win for everybody. Now, I highly recommend that you start putting together a newsletter. Astra and I are going to do that for our Global Peace Project. But a newsletter is a really awesome way to stay in front of your ideal clients, So I highly recommend that you start looking into creating your own newsletter. And number one, go back and look over what we talked about. Know your ideal avatar clients. Know who they are and identify them before you start to write out your newsletter. And think about the things that your ideal avatar client would like to be reading about. So the first piece of that is start doing some research and find out the age, the sex, the income, the location, the marital status. Find out as much information that you can about identifying your ideal avatar client. And then do that meditation that I gave you on sitting with your ideal avatar and having a conversation with that person so that you can really start to know the qualities and characteristics of the person that you would love to work with, that you would love to have as a client or a customer. The stuff that you love to share. And your topic is all about what kind of, when you start thinking about what is going to be my irresistible offer, you need to start thinking about when you're going into, you can put in your newsletter. If you want to put in your newsletter, you can put in some of your irresistible offers when you start thinking about if you're going to do another program, and then you can create different lists for different programs for different people. So sticking with the newsletter, you want to start thinking about in the newsletter, in the first part is going to be a personal note at the top of your letter to engage with your readers, to create that know, like, and trust, and also have it be something that people might want to share so that they know who you really are, so that you're really showing up and you really are being your authentic self and sharing pieces of yourself so that people get to understand and know your story and really start to connect with you on a deeper level. The next piece of the essential sections in your newsletter is your main article. So you might want to put in something that's educational, something that has important value, and contents and topics that your ideal client cares about. So you can put in some really awesome blogs or links to other interesting things, but you can put in so much into that newsletter. But you want to make sure that it's valuable and that it's content that's going to keep your ideal avatar client interested. You always want to think about giving some golden nuggets, helpful resources, different quick tips, maybe some of the tools that you use in your business. Then you can also add in there your speaking engagements, maybe a recent blog post, or you can even put in there a book review. If you've been reading an awesome book, you can share a little bit about, and you can talk to other people, and you can cross-promote into each other's newsletters. So if, for example, if I had something going, and I have my magical visibility list that I am building and growing, and if I were to ask Astra if she has a newsletter going out, if she could share in her newsletter about my free gift, and then I would share about her free gift in my newsletter. You see how you cross-promote like that, and then you are reaching not only your audience, but because Astra and I have very, very similar ideal avatar clients, you could, cross-promote with somebody who is also very similar in the same message of what you're sharing in the world. I like to have a note, that is something that I'm writing, and it feels like I'm writing to my best friend, and, so that people feel like they are your virtual family and that they feel like you're friends. And, we are a soul family. Our Raise Your Vibe tribe, especially my Facebook group that I created, has grown and really exploded into this beautiful place where everybody's sharing, and anytime somebody has a new product or a new service or a freebie that they want to offer, they can just go in there and they can pop in and they can share, and hopefully they'll get more engagement that way, because we are soul families. Ways that we can collaborate with one another, just amazing things. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about some of the social media changes that are happening. Something that's really exciting is you have your own infomercial. You have the capability in your own pocket to do your own infomercial. Using Periscope and Blab and YouTube and Facebook Live, all of these incredible tools are like putting you in front of your audience that is like you are an infomercial. There is endless possibilities that you can do with using Periscope and Blab and YouTube and Google Hangouts and Facebook Live. I mean, it is just incredible the amount of connection and engagement that you can have with your ideal clients. It's beautiful. But the important thing about Periscope and Blab and all the live stream that's happening now with Facebook Live, and Blab especially, is that people are starting to have that know, like, and trust. They totally know who you are. They totally trust you. And they really like you. They really like who you are. And then once you start, really building that relationship, that's when you start not selling to them, but sharing with them your offers and sharing with them. I've had so many people that have asked me if I can work with them one-on-one, and do I have any kind of a program, or do I have something, that they could sign up for, and I do. I encourage them to sign up for the mastermind. And I always, tell them how awesome it is to be in this group. But this is what I'm saying. I mean, it's just, the possibilities are endless when you start utilizing all of these tools that are available to all of us. And if anybody wants help or tutorials with any of that, to build their list, I can show you how I've been able to do it with Periscope and Blab and YouTube and going on other people's shows and doing radio shows. You've got to start having a link that is easy and accessible. So, you want to make sure, I use Pretty Link myself. I have on my WordPress website, I use globalkindnesstv.org, and then you can make your own link with Pretty Link. So I do globalkindnesstv.org/week and globalkindnesstv.org/dream, so that people can get my Manifest Your Dream book, and people can get my Astra and I's the Inner Peace for World Peace Toolkit. So whenever I go on a radio show, whenever I do an online talk show, whenever I'm a guest on a show, I always make sure that I am giving that free gift, and I make it really awesome. I tell them how awesome that gift is because I love my gifts, and I've gotten so many grateful people who are like, thank you so much. That book really helped me so much. And, I'm really loving the Inner Peace for World Peace Toolkit. And so, think about what it is that you would love to teach and what you really, really are excited about yourself. Because when you start to really think about the things that excite you, then you're going to want to keep teaching and creating and making new products and, new freebies. So you want to start moving your followers to your list. So the people who are following you on Twitter, the people who are following you on Instagram, the people who are following you on Periscope, on Blab. So what you want to be doing is in all of your profiles, every one of your profiles, so your Twitter profile, your Instagram profile, your Periscope profile, and your Blab profile all have hyperlinks available so that people can click on your link when they go into your profile. So you want to make sure that you're putting in your irresistible offer, and that will help you move your followers onto your list. And make that your soul family. Again, this is what you own, is your list. You don't, when your followers are following you on Facebook, on Twitter, those are not, you can't contact them. If Facebook decides to close down something or Twitter decides to close down your account for some reason, all those people that have been following you, you won't have any way to connect with them. And the same thing that, if you're selling on Etsy or you're selling on Amazon, you don't have a way to connect with those people. Amazon gets to keep all the information. Etsy gets to keep all the information. JVZoo gets to keep all the information. ClickBank gets to keep all the information. So you want to be really very much keeping your list growing by moving your followers and your fans over so that you are moving them into your list. The list is the way that you can engage and give tips and tools and strategies. The list is the way, and I don't like to say, the money's in the list and all that stuff, because I really don't think that that's true. I think the money is in the engagement with your list. The money is in the relationships with the people on your list. And you want to set up a funnel first. So the funnel is really simple. Setting up a funnel is really simple. I made it so complicated all these years. I made it so complicated, and I missed out on so many people getting onto my list because I was on all these talk shows and all these radio shows, and I never had a really awesome freebie. I really didn't try to build my list. So I learned that the hard way. Funnel first. Okay? Use that in your memory. Funnel first. First, you send out your solution. You know, people are, your ideal audience is looking for you to have a solution. They obviously are watching your show because they feel that you have something that they are learning from you. For me, I love teaching about the law of attraction, the universal laws. I love teaching about ancient wisdom for modern times. I have my lists, I have 5, maybe 6, actually 7. I have 7 different lists that I do. One of my lists is ancient wisdom for modern times. I have my dogs are gifts from God so that they can get a copy of an ebook of my dogs are gifts from God. I have my list for my show that I do, Living on Purpose TV. I have a list for the Manifest Your Dream ebook. Then I have a list for the Peace Project, the Global Peace Project. And I have a list with that's magical visibility. So I use Aweber and MailChimp, and Astra and I have some lists together also. But those are my lists, and so I have all of those different freebies. But all of those different freebies are for different people that are in my audience. So I have certain people in my audience that are really resonating with mindfulness and yoga and learning about ancient wisdom for modern times. So I know who those people are because they're on my list for that topic. And we can go into this. If any of this is making, confusing to you about setting up lists and, doing all of the autoresponders, just reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you set that up and help you get started with your first freebie. And when you have your free gift, let me know and I'll promote it to all of my lists and I'll promote it on all of my social media for you because I just love you and I'd be happy to do that. So just let me know. If you need help with, creating an opt-in page, anything like that, there's tons and tons of awesome videos on YouTube. I'll put some of those on the Facebook group too. I'll put some of the links to some of the YouTube videos that helped me when I was learning about MailChimp. And Aweber is awesome, you guys. I love Aweber. They have an incredible tutorial. It's only like $15 or I think it's $19 a month. And you can have as many people on your list, and they have all these teleseminars that they teach you, all these awesome tricks and tips and ways that you can utilize your autoresponder. So your autoresponder, you can have a set up autoresponder so that it's automated, so that you can have with Aweber, you can have an email sequence. So you can send a tip or a tool or an idea, and then you can, as an email sequence, so you can start out with the first thing, like, okay, for my magical visibility list, I first send out a video that I did on how to use social media and how to use Periscope and how to use all the incredible tools that are out there. And then number 2, you can send a list that says that you are, sending out something that says you have social proof. So you want to send out something in your email autoresponder that is showing, maybe a testimonial or somebody who said, I read your book and I loved it, a book review, any kind of social proof. You want to show ways that you have overcome your obstacles, and you want to give tips and strategies for other people to overcome their obstacles. You want to write your emails ahead of time and then send in a sequence during the launch time. So you want to, if you have a plan of action, like you're putting together an online course, or you want to have a product that you're going to be selling, you can set up these autoresponders so that you are leading them gently into what your product is that you're going to be selling. So the next email that you might send out might hit some pain points, and then gently offer and introduce your solution. And then send the next 2 or 3 emails directly to all the people, or do a live webinar or a live call or a live hangout, and then you can make your offer in person, in real time, online. So, and then afterwards, you want to have, in the final sequence of that, you want to send pictures and maybe some testimonials of people who have used your product. So that's how you can do an email sequence. I love Aweber. I'm going to be really, really utilizing that and doing that in May and June and July. And then, of course, by the time we go into September, when we do our Global Peace Month, I'm going to be really good at this. I know this is because we're going to build our email lists, and we're going to build our newsletter, and I'm going to be working to really stay connected with the people who are already on my list, and really sending out a weekly way that I connect with them with something that I give them as content, training, or a tutorial or something. And as I continue to build my list, I'm going to be really massaging the people who are on my list, really giving them extra kudos, extra connection, ways that I can be more of service, and letting them know that I'm available to help them, and working with them, offering one-on-one, and, telling people they can make donations to me for my nonprofit organization. And so I will be, opening up those lines of communication. And I'm just, I'm talking about what I'm going to be doing, but I'm giving you some hints and ideas that can be, for yourself and for your business. So you have to start thinking about that when you are putting together your funnel first. So number 1, you want to send a solution. You want to enjoy showing yourself helping people. You want to know who it is that you want to serve. And then you want to start thinking about, how do I get them on my list? So there's so many different options and ways that you can get people on your list. And I gave you a bunch of different options and different ways that you can do that. So now I want to talk to you about nailing your copy. So you want to nail your copy. So you want to have really, really awesome copywriting, so that when you are engaging with your people and you are sending out your copywriting needs to be something that sharing gently that you are the answer that they've been looking for. You see, your copy in all of your sales copy needs to have clear communication that you are the answer that they have been looking for. So you want to start shining a light on some of their pain points, some of the things that people have come to you and asked you about, and you want to be showing them, that these are, every time you state the fact and describe how the fact will benefit the other person. Remember what we talked about. What's in it for me? Your audience and your clients are asking this question. What's in it for me? So you need to be thinking about in your copy describing how the fact that your product or your service is going to benefit your client. You need to translate it into simple, enticing, exciting words that make sense to your reader, your client, your audience. And then you need to start thinking about, how do I start to create proper intervals for email marketing? I believe email marketing is up to you. I believe that email marketing is about what feels good and creating a schedule for yourself that you like, and then thinking about your ideal audience and the schedule of your ideal audience, and think about their time, and make sure that the newsletter is valuable. Make sure that what you're sending as an email is always valuable to your ideal client. You don't want to be sending out a bunch of promotional stuff. You want to be using your email as a way of being of service and connection and engagement. So it's about having a personal connection and empathizing with your audience and your clients. Give content, valuable information, tips and tools, promos. The only promos that I think are the best, that you can put those promos into a newsletter. But when you're sending out, like, I suggest that as you build your list and you continue to send things out to your list, that you make sure that you're sending those golden nuggets, those tips, those strategies, tutorials, trainings, things that are going to keep your ideal audience interested in what you are sending. So that is about what I had for, and then of course you can grow your list through Facebook groups for boosting your business also. You can make your offers and build your list through your Facebook groups. Begin in a group. You can offer on different groups that you become members of. You can, when they have a promo day, you can share your free gift in their promos. You can start your own group and invite people to join. Don't just add people without their permission. Make sure that you are asking people if they'd like to join your group, because then they're going to be more involved and more engaged. If you just add people to your group, they won't even pay attention that you even have a group. But if somebody signs up for your group, they're more likely to be engaged. And you can start to join other groups that are in your niche and your business to connect and engage with other people. So you can create something awesome, a free gift, and then go into other people's groups that already have a group established that is in your niche, And you can offer your free gifts when they have a promo night or a promo day. And you have to read their descriptions to know when you can do that. But there's an awesome, beautiful Facebook group that has been great for lots of entrepreneurs, and it's called the Entrepreneur Incubator. And that's just one of the, I love Hay House myself. They have a Hay House summit. I like Doreen Virtue. Now, these are my ideal clients. So I go into the groups that are my ideal clients, and then I join those groups, and I basically post in those groups answers to people's questions. Sometimes I do free readings. Sometimes I will share when I'm doing a Periscope or a Blab, or I will share when I have a free video up, or I'll share if somebody needs some advice or a tutorial, I will share that way. So those are the ways that I have used, and you know, posting and engaging and giving value and content to connect, ways that you can connect with the people in those groups and network and collaborate and cross-promote. So cross-promoting, again, from Facebook groups is reaching out to somebody who's in your group and saying, hey, you know what, we have so much in common. I have this awesome product that I am giving away to people that are interested in learning more about self-love, and I would love if you could share it, you know, with your community, and is there something that you would like me to share in my community? And there you go. That's cross-promoting. A lot of ways that you can do that is by just reaching out to people who are in the group that are, you know, like-minded and heart-centered just like you. Oh, boy. I think that's a lot that I've given you, a lot of ideas and a lot of ways to get super clear on why do you want to build your list? Why are you in business? Why did you start? So start with the why and list your why. You might even share it on the Facebook group. Maybe you can come to a nice paragraph to share why you want to list build, why you want to build your list, and why you want people to resonate with what you're sharing. That's the most powerful thing that you can do for yourself, is get super clear on why you are doing it. Simplify it and take it and make it easy. The 5 big benefits for knowing what your why is: when you know your why, you don't seek outside approval or recognition, and you let other people just have their own experiences. And when you know why you are doing something, you gain clarity and confidence, so that you are speaking as an authority. And when you speak as an authority, then people are interested in what you have to say. And number 3, for know your why, is your business expands and impacts more people because you have more confidence. So if you want to have more people and your business expand and impact, then it's really important that you start to learn how to list build. And getting those people who are following you, even your friends on Facebook, you know, the people who are friends on Facebook, the people who are following you on Twitter. I hope that you went into Status Brew and unfollowed people who are not following you so that you can have more engagement with your ideal audience on Twitter. Same thing with Status Brew on Instagram. You can go in there and check out who's following you back. It's so important that you get to know who's following you and who's following you back, because the more that you stay engaged with the people who are following you, the more likely you are going to be able to get those people onto your list and have those people in your soul family. So that's it, guys. I don't see anybody on the call with me, so I think that I'm going to end this broadcast here. I'm going to end the class with my own little important message. This is your important message and why I do what I'm doing. You know your own value, and you see your own worth and how much you bring to the table. When you notice how awesome you are, your business will grow. Take your business to the next level. You know how you fit, and you know who your tribe is. So you understand yourself and how your brain is wired. When you see your value, others do too. It all begins with you. When you see your free gift or your irresistible offer as awesome, you'll be able to share it and build your list. When you know why you have a passion and purpose in your business, in your life, in everything, when you know your big why, you won't be looking for outside approval anymore. I love you guys. Please reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm going to post the replay in our group. And if you do have any questions, just put that question in the thread. If you'd like to have a one-on-one with me, I'm offering that for free. I'm not going to charge you. If you'd like to have a one-on-one with me to go over some of this stuff and set up a business plan, set up an action plan for your list building, to set up an action plan for learning who your ideal avatar client is. If you want to do some one-on-one, showing you the inner work so that you can have the outer results, just reach out to me. I'm here for all of you, and I'm 150% in this group, loving all of you. And anybody who is having any kinds of questions or feeling called to learn more about this, just reach out to me. I always reach back. I love you guys. That's it for today. Have a beautiful day. Love all the people and pets in your life, and know how incredibly valuable and important you and your energy, your business, and your life is to the complete whole of life.